to Opportunity English Center. It's great to see you back. We are, once again, we're expanding your vocabulary. What is English? English is opportunity. Why opportunity? It's your opportunity to change the world with English and the communication of English. So this is why we have been going now for over 5 years on Facebook. We've also been 20 years preparing for students for the IELTS and the LPI. So you come back often, please, and like and debate with us. Today we're talking about these key sentences and these key questions, okay? And keep saying them over and over. Did you know? Have you realized? Did you realize? Do you see the tense difference in the two? Have you realized? Did you realize? Did you know? All of these are the same in meaning, are you aware of? Aware, realize, you have to know them. Did you realize it's snowing today in Vancouver? Did you realize it's snowing in the mountains? Have you realized it's snowing today on the West Coast? Okay, it's snowing, of course, and these are our snowy vocab series. Let's talk about bullet trains and fast train experience that Japan and Germany have built, look at your tense please, built, have built after World War II. Trains, fast trains. The Shinkansen. What is the Shinkansen? The bullet train, guys, okay? I've lived overseas and in Japan and in many nations, and I love to speak English with you. And for you to come online and let's learn together. And do you think this is a great idea? Run a train system, a bullet train, from Mexico City to Washington, D.C. to Ottawa, Canada. Why can't our politicians do this? Do you realize they could have done this? It's a debate, right? Do you realize the unions can work with prison labor in a responsible way? We can use prison labor that says, yes, I would rather go out and work for the day, crack rock, and do something for the country that maybe I took away from. Or maybe my crime is very hard and very horrible. And you can do maybe the harder jobs. You can then sign a waiver form. Why isn't your politicians doing this right now? We need fast trains all through North America. Don't just think about one country, man. Think about the entire continent. We're talking about the entire, through Mexico City to Washington, D.C. to Ottawa again. Why can the Japanese have built 4 times the electric train railway from this distance, Mexico City to Washington, D.C. to Ottawa. Did you realize the Japanese have done it? Or the Germans have done it, or in Korea, they've done it. Stop. I don't need comments on, do I like Japan or Germany? I've lived in both nations, that's why I'm mentioning them. Why I mention them is they have a work ethic that is focused on helping their countries. Okay? So let's get politicians like the new president. He can focus on trains in America. Please, let's start thinking about right across the board. No matter how impossible, you should be talking about it, debating it. A debate is a great thing to have. Let's debate all these issues. Should we use prison labor? We're allowed to debate. We're allowed to talk about an opinion essay, right? What if you had an opinion essay on the IELTS or the LPI? We can prepare you. What if the question was, should we use prison labor to offset the cost of a bullet train? What did Franklin Delano Roosevelt do during the 1930s to better America, to get America going again? The American people are the most industrious people on the planet when they work together and build something big. But let's try to focus on the train systems, getting Canadians, Americans, and Mexicans on the train system and using it, those good people, to get to work on time, right? So we can work together on this idea and then place it around the world. Don't just say, oh, it costs too much. I'm sorry, it doesn't matter. It costs more to do the other way. So. XL pipeline is in the news. It's not a current event in the news, XL pipeline. That actually is very good, and I'm sorry that the new president did not like it. He should. Our oil and gas should come from Alberta and from America, from North America, and not over waterways and from very toxic governments that don't like us. Thanks. I prefer to get oil in Canada, and it should come from Alberta, the beautiful province of Alberta, once again. And with that money, we can fund even more trains. So the train is what we want. That's all debatable. You can say, I disagree with you. I agree with you. Okay, so it's all debatable today. That's a debatable topic, and you should be thinking about it for the IELTS and the LPI. We are here for you online, and we are going to talk about this today, more of the facts of this train system that could run in our mind. Can you imagine from Mexico City, Monterrey, up to Washington, D.C., then straight along right to Ottawa, Canada, and then deal with all the train lines in between? Let's deal with that first, and deal with our border right here, which is a great idea. That the wall could still be used. The wall, you know, even though the Democrats are against it, that wall could still be used to provide proper travel through that train system. Then they could be processed and say, oh, do you have a job? Are you going to come to America and Canada and do a job? Can we work together instead of just letting, you know, question marks through the border? So we can literally, you can use those train systems, and that's just one. We should be focusing on that. In the future, we could run that train system, Mexico City, Monterrey, through to the West Coast, which is greatly needed. Los Angeles, right up to San Francisco, right up through to Vancouver, which would be awesome. That's where I am right now, Vancouver, Canada. Guys, you've got to see the snow. It's just gorgeous here. Let's focus on this idea. I was living in Japan for 3 years and hoping the Japanese are watching, the Chinese are watching. The Chinese are doing incredible things with the train system right now. China has built a train system from Beijing to Tibet. I think we can do a similar thing with our labor that is sitting in prisons. Over 1 million people are sitting in a prison, women and men, who want to go out in the day. Maybe they can sign a waiver form. I want to work. We'll give you a little bit of money, learn a new skill, you know, offset the costs. I know unions are going to come at me. Sorry, the union must be respected. Of course, everybody must be safe. It must be responsible. Okay, this should not be dismissed by our politicians. I'm sorry, it's very important for them to do these kind of ideas, mega projects. We want to be always thinking about English and trying to express that English and using today's have you realized, did you realize? Did you realize Japan has 21,000 kilometers of electric railway? Did you realize Japan has 30,000 kilometers of normal railway down across Japan? That's 4 islands. Why are we not focusing on this kind of project instead of garbling between each other about Democrats and Republicans? Silliness. The future will roast us. Okay, let's please do these projects and start doing them very fast. What do you think? Is it debatable? Let's debate the topic, please. A train system running Mexico City, Ottawa to Ottawa, right through Washington, D.C. to Ottawa, Canada. What do you think?